What's up YouTube, this is Nicholas's Figure Reviews and this is the video review for SHFiguarts Kamen Rider Ghost Ore Damashii, or Ore Tamashii, myself, whatever you want to call it, it's Ore Damashii. So, we finally got the figure art form of Kamen Rider Ghost, 2016's Kamen Rider. And yep, pretty excited to show you guys how it turned out. So I pre-ordered this somewhere last year, so we got one of the first releases. So it comes with Yurusen. If you know who that is, I think you might want to watch the show. As you can see, there's the golden sticker on the box to show you that it's first release, and also it comes with the first release bonus. Alright, so for the box we still have the same thinner Figuarts layout. So we have the figure as a silhouette over here, and I really like what they did here with the orange filter thing. We have Kamen Rider Ghost Ore Damashii, SHFiguarts, the blurb, the show logo, Toei, Damashii Nations, Bandai, and you have the eye symbol over there, figure in here. Here's the side, here's the other side, which is a continuation of the silhouette, and on the back you see the figure in some poses, and of course the accessories that he come with. So that's pretty much it for the box. I'll open this guy up and let you guys take a closer look at the figure, so stay tuned. Alright guys, we're back, and here we have Kamen Rider Ghost Ore Damashii out of the packaging. Before I start reviewing him, I'm gonna put a few figures beside him to show you guys some size comparison going on. So first of all, I'll take the biggest one, because I guess it's necessary for me, because you know he's Kamen Rider Ghost. So I'm gonna put in Marvel Legends Ghost Rider. Show you the size between the Marvel Legend. Of course he's shorter, one head shorter. We have my Kid Bash Kamen Rider Raiga, which is an older release, and they stand about the same height. We have Kamen Rider Drive, 2015's Kamen Rider, and lastly we have Figma Shimakaze. So putting all the figures aside, I'll show you guys the pre-order bonus that he comes with. And just to let you guys know, it's a small black bag that's taped onto the back of the clamshell, so you might want to know about that. So inside the black bag, behind the packaging, you get is Yurusen himself, or herself, itself, whatever you want to call it, but I prefer her because, well, the voice actor is a female. So here with Yurusen, we have the base, and we have the acrylic stand. So what you're going to do is simply peg it on like this. Try not to push it on away, or else it will kind of break, because it doesn't look like the nicest peg that you want to mess with. Ball joint at the back, peg hole at the back of Yurusen, and then you simply plug it in. So here we have SHFiguarts Yurusen, I guess, and it looks pretty good as a pre-order bonus. So you can see closer detail. The eye is a transparent piece that's painted orange and white, and a black dot in the middle, so you can give off some really nice effects, like whatever angle you turn, Yurusen is looking at you. Pretty cool. And you can, drop the figure, make him look up, look down towards you. And the paint work for Yurusen overall is pretty clean, pretty smooth, no paint blotches. Maybe a bit here, but I'm not gonna be bothered by that. You have the cheeks, the mouth, and the head is on a ball joint but still works as a swivel. But at least you get a bit of articulation over there to give him some expressive poses, I guess. It's on a straight peg, so try not to pull it out, because the peg is really tall. If you can look at the top of the head, that's actually the entire peg straight down from the neck, so I don't think you want to go that far and pulling the peg apart. I saw a few people that did it, but I think it's safe just not to. Alright, so since we got the pre-order bonus, or Yurusen, out the way, I'm gonna focus on Ghost. And first of all, I'm going to say he's one beautiful figure. One beautiful figure. But now, let's move on to articulation. Alright, so for the head, you get a ball joint double ball joint on the head and ball joint down here at the neck, so you get a decent range. For the head, you can look left, you can look right, can up, and you can look down at a decent range, I guess. But people are gonna complain that this collar or the hood piece that's folded down is hindering articulation. But honestly, I don't think it does, because if you compare this articulation of the head being tilted to the right, this is the maximum as it can go. And if you take out the hood piece, it's still pretty much the same thing, so I don't think you get hindrance from putting this piece at all. But most of all, I think it's the jacket piece itself, because it still has a collar going on, but you still get a decent range even with the hood on, I guess. But that's my own personal preference. So for head, you have a torso double ball joint instead of a hinge and ball joint this time, and a waist ball joint, so you can get a decent amount of ab crunch, I guess, including the hood piece on. Many people are complaining that the jacket is hindering a lot. I can tell it is, kinda, but considering Ghost didn't do a lot of stunts in the show, I don't think you really need a lot. When I first take off this figure, the chest, or the upper torso and the lower torso ball joints were stiff as hell. So what I did is I went home, put the whole torso piece in boiling hot water to soften the plastic a bit, and then I apply some grease on the ball joints, and then I move it a little until it gets slightly smoother, so it doesn't give that really huge painful creaking noise that it does when it's just out of the packaging. And also, because I tried bending the torso while it's still stiff, I kind of scratched a bit of the paint on the stomach area. It's not really serious. I can get a bit of paint to fix that up, well, if I'm not lazy, of course. But do note, the torso piece is hard plastic, so you might not want to let it collapse on the stomach piece, because this is straight painted and you might not want to lose paint. So for torso, you get decent ab crunch, I guess. You have rotation 360 for the lower for the waist, and you have tilt, of course. Belt is a separate piece. For the arms, you have pull out cylindrical joints. I'm really impressed because of because I thought they're not gonna do it even with the jacket on, but I'm really happy that they did it, because it allows more arm movement, so you can fold the arm a bit more. So I have a ball joint in the shoulder, hinge on the, well, universal joint, I guess, on the shoulder, and then you have a bicep swivel like that, and the sleeve is on a individual piece, so you can kind of hide the joint if you're doing a particular pose. Double jointed elbows. Figuarts wrists that don't do a lot of movement due to the gauntlet, but I can forgive that, because I'm pretty sure there's a way you can work around it. You have the pull down joints this time for the hips that go 360, pretty nice, and they're on soft rubber. You have a thigh ball joint that goes all the way, double jointed knees, and you have ankle, front and back, side to side rotation, and lastly the toe hinge. So can't say Ghost's articulation is the best, but if you try a bit of hot water on the torso, I think you can get more poses with this guy done without stressing the figure a bit. But of course, unfortunately, I scratched mine, so I have to fix that. So since articulation is done, I'm gonna talk a bit of the aesthetics of the figure. As you can see on the head, really like what they did there with the transparent compound face, I guess, with the silver paint down below the transparent piece. Really nice, and it gives off a really nice aesthetic look. You have the horn with the light blue metallic paint, and it's overall pretty nice, including the frame on the face with all that beautiful Bandai sparkly silver paint. The chest is a piece of transparent plastic capped over it with the eye decals and stuff to give off that transparent chest effect. And these are just simply printed decals, so you might not want to drop it on the floor or anything, or else this will just get scratched off. Rubber is made of a soft hard PVC. It's kind of flexible, but it's kind of frustrating at the same time. But yeah, it's kind of hard rubber. People are having problems with it not being able to articulate well, but overall I think it's alright because it captures the look good enough. You have the ghost tail, pretty bright orange on the jacket. You have the buckles, you have all the skeletal decals on the suit, and you have the ghost driver, which is one of the main aesthetics of the figure, I guess. Just gonna zoom in. Alright, so as you can see, ghost driver, many people complain it's big, some say it's too small, some say it's not really gimmicky, but overall, come on, you get the figure, be happy about it, right? So as you can see in the window or the eye, we have the Ore Damashii visor icon thing printed. Pretty nice. You have the handle, you can't pull it unfortunately, but the cool thing about this guy is that you can take off the front of the faceplate to reveal all that awesome sexy detail of the ghost driver. So just to let you guys know, this is how the ghost driver actually looks like in real life, like in the actual show prop, where they actually have a face inside of the transparent piece. So it's supposed to represent a blanket monster. As you can see, the transparent piece kind of like has wrinkles and stuff, and it just covers over the face. So it's kind of like a blanket monster, for what most people say and stuff. So pretty cool. Lastly, silver paint on the knee pads and the ankle guards, if that's what you call them. And now we reach the last part of the review, which is the accessories. Alright, for Ghost, for this main rider, for the first time, we got 2 pairs of hands, 3 pairs of hands in total. We have the fists that are standard, we have open palm hands, we have holding hands. Ooh, I wonder why. We also come with a separate hood piece with the hood over the head, and it's made of soft PVC plastic. I'm going to show you guys how to assemble it later on. And we get a weapon, which is new for this year. So we got the gun saber, Ghost's main weapon, and we all complained why Drive didn't come with his weapon last year. So just gonna adjust the camera and show you guys how to assemble the hood piece. So here we have Ghost, here with the hood piece. As you can see there is a peg in there. There is a peg in the hood piece, and if you look at the back of Ghost's head, there is a panel thing, something like a panel, something like that. As you can see, there's like a rectangular thing over there. What you're gonna do is get your fingernail under the bottom and you're just gonna slide it out like that, so you can see a hole there. What you're gonna do next, take off the folded down hood piece, and then you're gonna take the rubber hood piece and then just accordion and peg it onto the back of Ghost's head. And here we have Ghost with his hood on, which he only like has it for like 5 seconds until he folds it down and fight. But I really like what they done here with including an extra piece, and Ghost definitely looks pretty cool with the hood piece on. But obviously you don't really need it a lot in most poses. But I prefer displaying him like this because I like how it looks. It looks spooky and stuff. Alright, so for the gun saber that he comes with, I don't know what to feel about it. I like how it looks. Many people complain that it's too big compared to the actual show prop, or they made it a bit too small and stuff, or too long. I don't know which side to choose, but I'm just happy that they included the gun saber with it, because you know, for Drive they didn't include his weapons and then place them with his other forms and stuff. But for the gun saber, it looks pretty impressive for a small accessory. well, decent size accessory, because what they did is they used transparent plastic for different parts of the weapon, and they even incorporated some of the gimmicks in this guy. So you have very nice silver paint throughout the weapon, you have the black paint, you have the orange grip, and you have the eye painted really detailedly. Is that even a word? But yeah, it's pretty detailed on both sides. So swapping hands, pretty easy. You take off one hand and you take the holding one for Ghost. Just simply pop it on and stuff. And to make Ghost hold it, just simply slide on. Make sure the trigger is on the trigger finger. So here's the size, I guess, for people who want to see how big it is beside Ghost, or him just vertically. I guess I don't know what to feel about it. I like it and I don't like it at the same time, because I feel that it's kind of big, but it kind of looks accurate. I really don't know at all. But what's pretty cool is that, you know, you have a sword mode, pretty nice. You have an accessory. But the cool thing about this accessory is that you can turn it into gun mode, because Ghost did use it in gun mode other than just Edison. So what you're gonna do is that you're gonna do the whole switcheroo like what you did with the DX. So what you're gonna do is you take off this top piece. You're just gonna unpack. It's a simple two acrylic pieces like that. So it just simply pops out. Flip it around and you peg it on like that. And it fits quite nicely, I guess. And then what you're gonna do lastly, you fold the grip down. And you have gun mode. Of course, this sure is long for the gun, because they did change the size when transforming it into a gun in the show. But pretty cool. And of course, you can make Ghost hold it as a pistol, a really large pistol, I guess. Or you can make him hold it as a rifle while holding the bottom of the gun, but you don't want to hurt yourself, Ghost. Well, he's dead anyway, so that really doesn't matter. To see Ghost in some poses, here he is standing beside Drive with his gun saber ready. Just gonna zoom in to let you guys see the closer details once more. For more poses, here we have Ghost ready to strike with black flames around him and up in the air with his legs, blah blah blah. And lastly, here we also have Ghost standing beside Yurusen for those who want a comparison. So I guess that's pretty much it of this review. I really love how Ghost looks and the overall design, and I'm pretty glad that his Figuart came out, and I was pretty excited and stuff. The articulation, I can say it's kind of disappointing at a few parts, like how thick the jacket is, which is a fact. But if you can get your way around it, I guess it's not much of a problem, like to people like me, I guess. So I'm really excited for Spectre to come out, and of course Necron, but that's for a few more months to come and stuff. But pretty much, yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this review. Do leave a like, comment, and subscribe below. Subscribing to my channel will really help my channel a lot, so I really appreciate it if you do subscribe. This is Nicholas's Figure Reviews signing out, and I hope to see you guys in another video. Peace.